Welcome. You are listening to I Have Questions with Michael Ruland.
Have you ever asked a question, been in a classroom, been curious, or ever wanted to teach and learn? Then you're in the right place. Because I have questions. I am very passionate about being curious, about being educated, and most importantly, about having questions. Join me on this journey as I share stories, talk to some fun and inspiring people, gain insights to being a better teacher, better student, and maybe even a better human. I am very passionate about being curious, about being educated, and most importantly, about having questions. I hope you're ready because
I have questions. Welcome. How are you today? I'm doing all right. I hope you have taken some time for yourself lately. It's so important. It's a huge part of being healthy and is taking care of yourself. I've been not very good at it, but I do believe in mindfulness, and I pitter patter in it. I haven't jumped in feet first like I should, but I do it, and I do it, I guess, my way, which might not be the best, but it is what it is, huh? So, anyway, I hope you have ways to take care of yourself. It's hard for us to take care of anybody else if we're not taking care of ourselves. So, today, I think we should talk about that, following your heart and your gut and your brain and yourself, and doing what you need to do to be true to you, and not doing what is normalized or expected, or any of that fun stuff. So, today, I think we are going to talk to a lady who made her career and her life about health and caring for people and being kind and doing what she thinks needed to be done from herself. And I can hardly wait. I kind of want to find out why this became a focus for her and how maybe we can all make that part of our normal being. So I'm excited. I hope you are too. And let's do this, huh? Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's go. I think back a lot on my teaching career. I miss it. I miss being normal. Anyway, I would like to believe that I made a lot of my teaching decisions based on data and some research and current needs and wants, and not just by following the crowd. This was super hard in education, as you can imagine, but there were many times that I stuck to my decisions and forged ahead with my plans and ideas. Now, hopefully, hopefully most of those decisions to forge ahead worked. But not all of them did. That would be too cool if they did. Anyway, one of the decisions I made that I think helped really cement who I knew I was in my career as a teacher was something where I early on mixed math and art together. I think I've talked about this before briefly, but it really was one of the best decisions I think that I've ever made when it came to helping students find a new groove in math. And, it was a thing where um, I asked the kids to do an art project, and it had to be based on some math criteria, polyhedrons, on tessellations. I'll let you look those up for yourself. But it turned out to be something that, it defined how I taught, and how I looked at teaching, and nobody else was doing it, and in my little circle anyway. And again, I'm so glad I did it, and I hope I hope my kids were glad I did it. I know some of them were beyond glad. The projects I got were mind blowing. So uh, I was very pleased with it. So I want to talk to my guest today about following your heart and, maybe a bigger picture of that than just one little project. And let's do that. Let's get on the wagon and talk to somebody. All right, here we go. So, as I promised, my guest today has been a teacher for over 30 years. This is her first year of retirement, but she goes back and subs. She just can't get enough. I think she's busier now than when she's retired. As I said, she still subs, she travels, she has 8 grandchildren that she visits, goes down to San Francisco once in a while. This is a person who really taught me how to be kind. Although I don't think she was quite as successful in getting me to follow her mantra of being safe and healthy. Uh, but she spent her entire time in public education telling students to be safe and healthy and being part of actually spearheading a groundbreaking club called the Random Acts of Kindness. And it wasn't so random, and it was all about kindness. It was amazing. It is with immense gratitude and respect that I want to introduce you all to Miss Peggy Filer. Peggy, how are you?
Hello. Wow. That was super nice.
Well,
Thank you.
thank you.
I'm great. I'm better now. I got up at 4:45 to do a sub job in biology today with
Whew.
4 classes of freshmen, but that was they were great. They were awesome.
Yeah.
But that
Wow.
was really nice. So thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. That whole getting up for the high school hour stuff. Whew. Yeah. Brutal times, huh? So
Yeah,
keeps us young or something
ish.
ish. Exactly. So all right. So Peggy, you ready to go?
Yes. I'm
All,
ready.
all right. I'm glad you're ready because you know what?
I have questions.
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 I pity the fool that doesn't have questions, which I do.
Because I have questions.
I have
So-
questions.
So Peggy, I've been talking about the importance of, following our needs and wants and not following the crowd. And, I think it's important. It's really easy for us to say this because let's face it, we're old, oldish anyway. But it's just not that easy as kids or young adults or middle-aged adults or shoot anyone sometimes, right? So
It's true. People that
yeah,
still care what other people think, right?
yeah, and I think it's a tough one. And so, now that you're retired and looking back on a great career, um, you know, what made you decide to become a teacher, specifically a health teacher? And was that something that you followed somebody at, or did you just go, this is my thing, I'm going to do it?
Well, it started out when I was in high school. I realized that whenever I got like 17 magazine or whatever, I always went directly to the health articles. I always thought that was really interesting. And in high school,
Because
our
everybody does that on in
right?
17.
Right. Right. Um, so that in high school, I thought I wanted to be a PE teacher and a coach, and I thought, oh, this is my thing. But then my freshman year of college, I found out I found out about being an athletic trainer. So I was kind of going that path, but then I ripped my knee apart, and you know what joint injuries can do to your,
Yes.
to your plans. So I decided it's like, I actually hate locker rooms, and I actually love health in the classroom. So, excuse me, I decided to become a health teacher. But earlier, go back to high school. My PE teacher taught health, the required class that we all had to take, and she's a great PE teacher, but she did not really love health. She just had to do it, so she did it. But then my senior year, my biology teacher, who I loved, she was super scary at first, but then she was just awesome. And she said, Peggy, you should take health. I'm teaching health next year. And I said, oh, I wish I could take it. But it's with the sophomores. And she goes, oh, get over yourself. Take it as an elective. And I did. I took it with all the sophomores, and it probably changed my life. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that I followed her, but she had a huge influence on my career path. Her name was Ms. McGroarty. She was one of the very first people to be a Ms. Like, ooh, yeah, radical.
Yeah.
But she was really, really cool. So that's how I went into
So
and
there,
yeah.
you were the only senior or one of the few?
In the freshman class. So I took it twice because I wanted
So,
to take her as a teacher. She was fabulous.
wow. So you really did just follow your heart
No,
or
I
gut
kind of did.
or,
I thought I wanted to do PE first because that's just like I was young and athletic and
yeah.
whatever. And then after I hurt my knee, I was like, and I hated locker rooms. There's always something. Somebody just stole something, and it's like they all smell bad.
Yeah.
And I love the classroom and the health aspect of it. So I had considered being a nurse too, but then I realized like I'd rather be in the prevention end. I probably would have been an okay nurse, but I like let's not let's avoid getting lung cancer by not smoking if we can or
Yeah.
whatever, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of why I went that route. And I
Awesome.
did before I did go into the schools, I worked at a gym in Boulder, Colorado. So that's where I used a lot of my information there, and I took a lot of health education stuff into the gym too. So
Nice.
yeah.
Boulder, Colorado. Wow.
Yep. Yep.
That's a trek from Boulder to Seattle, huh?
Well, my sister lived in Boulder. And so when I graduated from Eastern Illinois University, woo, me and Mike Shanahan,
Yes.
and I couldn't find a health job. So I was like, So my sister said, come live with me. And so I did. We lived
Yeah.
in a little log cabin in the mountains.
All right. So then is there, and you're going to have to do some memory bank searching here, I'm sure, but is there a moment in your career where you just had this feeling you needed to do something that was based off of just you wanting to do it, not because the book said you did it or because health teachers did this? Is there something
I
that,
do. I can think of it now. I did not. I was one of those people that didn't get my master's degree till later.
yeah,
I started when I was 48 and I wanted to be done by the time I was 50, and I did. But I got my master's degree in psychology, and the emphasis was on health psychology and positive psychology. So all of that really made me want to bring that positive psychology and the gratitude aspect into the classroom. So, that's not in the curriculum, but
yeah,
that's like a huge part of mental health and which affects our physical health. And so I started doing all these exercises, these activities that I had done in my master's class, in my advanced health class, and then they loved it. They're like, three good things, every day, get out your little piece of paper and write three good things. And then savoring to, like, stop and savor whatever it is, a song or food or, new socks or whatever. And they're like, that really makes a difference. I said, statistically it does. So then
yeah,
we started doing that with freshmen too. So that was one of the things that I really, we never had to put that in, but I just like,
yeah.
it has to be in there. And it was monumental, I think. I hope.
Yes. Well, I know thousands of kids. I know thousands of kids appreciate what you did for
Thousands.
them. So
That's crazy, isn't it?
yeah,
Thousands.
yeah, you've touched one or
Mhm.
two of them.
Yeah.
So so kind of going off of that, you uh, I mentioned that you started your Random Acts of Kindness Club, or kids
Mhm.
started it, and you
Yeah.
pushed them. Um, you know, how long ago did you start that? And was that, I mean, from what I understand, that wasn't really a thing either. You just had this
Well, it was
group
two
of
girls. It was
kids.
student led. These two
Yeah.
girls in the fall of 2000, so class of 2001. Um, I'm going to forget their names. I'll think of it in a second. But they came to me and they said, Filer, we want to start a new club, but we need an advisor. And I said, okay, what's the club? And they said, the Random Acts of Kindness Club. I said, okay, what are we going to do? And they're like, we don't know. We're random. I said, me too. So it was a perfect match. And so we just started small, and we had 5 people at our first meeting, and then it got bigger, 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 and it kind of lulled,
Yeah.
ups and downs throughout the years. But at one time we had 85 people at every meeting, and then towards the end, it's like, it really, kids are so busy. Kids
Yeah.
are so busy, so it kind of lulled towards the end. But it wasn't because kindness wasn't still there.
Yeah.
They were still active in kindness, but their kids just have so many things going on. But they started it, and I just like, I always tell them creativity is my number 4 out of, or my number 24 out of 24 strengths, creativity. So if they come with the idea, I can make it work.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I don't come up with ideas. I'm like,
Got it.
I can't think outside the box very well. Yeah.
Gotcha. Well,
Mhm.
I think that's probably the only thing I can do is think outside the box.
That's good.
So, so then, uh, in your small amount of time working with high schoolers, 30 plus years, what's the most rewarding thing that you've ever encountered?
Oh, so
Uh-huh.
many. I
I
think in
know.
general is when they say, I probably made a healthier decision because of you.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, I can't think of one like this one girl
That's
goes,
fine.
"Oh my gosh, Filer, last night for my birthday I had salmon instead of steak." I said, "Steak's still good." but but stuff like that, and like, I just decided not to drink at this party, and I just said, asked my friend to go home, and we just,
Yeah.
we just used our refusal skills, and it really actually worked, and it wasn't as cheesy as we thought it would be. And so that kind of stuff, that makes me. And then now I see these kids like Hunter and Duncan,
Yeah.
they're 28 now, I think, and 29, I don't know. And they're like, we're still safe and healthy. And all these other kids, I mean, they were safe and healthy all the way through. But these
Yeah.
other wild partier kids that say, that safe and healthy thing is real.
Yeah.
So that's really rewarding that they are thinking later on, when they're not just their high school years, but as they become young adults, and some of them become parents or whatever. And it's
Yeah.
really cool too to see what they do. Some kids, become teachers, not very many anymore. Some become firefighters, and they're like, well, I'm only a mom. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's the most important job ever.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need to be safe and healthy to do that job the best that you can. So
So what then conversely, I'm really putting you over the barrel here.
that's okay.
Conversely, what do you think the most frustrating thing was in
Oh,
education? And it doesn't have to be you, just yeah,
yeah.
in education.
In general, that's hard. I and I'm probably guilty of this too, because I know so many kids have shared horrible, horrible stuff. I know you know what I'm talking about. It's like, I can't believe what kids are going through,
Yeah.
at home, mental health wise and all that. So I've always found it frustrating to not know, how hard to push kids. Do this again, try it better. You can do better work. When I
Yeah.
know, it's like, wow, their parents just got divorced, and their dog just died. I'll never forget this huge senior boy coming in, and he had tears in his eyes. And I was like, are you okay? He goes, my puppy just died this morning. And I was like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, come here and give me a hug. And I was like, I'm probably going to get fired, but that kid needed a hug. And
Yeah.
so, all sorts of things like that. And I don't know. It just things that kids tell me that. So that's my frustration, is like, I just didn't ever know. I always gave them the benefit of the doubt,
Yeah.
which I don't know if that was right or not. I don't I don't see any repercussions that have come back like, oh my gosh, Filer, you were too easy. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's I don't think, unless you're a teacher, sometimes I don't think you understand the tightrope that gets walked every single day.
Oh yeah. And when you know stuff about this kids, like, oh my gosh, you
Yeah.
want every teacher to know, but they don't want everybody to know. But I'm like, everybody would, and I
Yeah.
don't want them to treat me differently. I was like, I know, but if if they know what you're going through. That's really hard, and you know that.
Yeah, I found as the assistant principal, I knew a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
things that you just want to go, oh,
yeah,
if you only knew.
yeah, and you're like, God bless that kid. They're
Yeah,
like putting one foot in front of the other. They're still showing up for school every day, and I'm
right.
like, wow, wow, that's good. I remember this kid one morning came in. And he was crying, a big, huge sophomore. And he said, how, let's see. He said, I said, are you okay? He goes, yeah, my mom had a heart attack last night at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, oh my gosh, is she okay? She's lovely, lovely, great mom. He said,
Yeah,
no, she died. I was like, why are you here? And we just sobbed. We just sobbed. He goes, because I feel better at school.
yeah,
I have so much support from the football team. I have so much support from my friends and my family, or my teachers. And he said, I just didn't want to be at home. And I was like, wow, that's saying something. The kids want to be
yep,
around our school. I mean,
yeah,
so
period.
period, right?
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah. Wow. Well,
Hmm.
that we'll take a right turn from there, but
Okay.
that's the thing teachers deal with daily, that type of stuff. So this is kind of a curveball question for you, but literally in the last month, two people I've talked to are actually investigating retirement. So I'm going to ask you, what is the best part of retirement?
Oh my gosh. There's three.
Three. Okay.
Three.
So
Okay.
listen up, those you two.
The first one is I can go see my 8 grandkids. When my son calls and says, Mom, can you come be granny nanny in SF, San Francisco, while we go to a wedding in Mexico? I'm like, yep. When? Just tell me when. We'll be there. Bill and I are coming.
Yep.
So that's the grandkids. That's number one. And then they're in sports now. They're doing all sorts of activities, and we get to go see them. I'm like, before it would be 7 o'clock in Bellingham, and I'm like, I can't get up the next day. Like,
Yeah.
so that's grandkids is number one. Number two, we get to travel more. So I don't know if I haven't talked to you, but Bill and I, we went to England for 5 weeks, and we walked for 250 miles. So I know it was fabulous. We've been saving our money. We like just
Yeah.
throw I don't want a present, just put that in the account, the
Yep.
travel account.
So
That was awesome.
may
Yeah.
I ask, was it part of the route you took years ago when
No,
I
no, that
a
was down
different route?
south in England. We were up
Okay.
north. Well, we went to 8 different places, and we walked. We hate to pack and unpack, so we
Yeah.
stayed at 8 different places and for 4 or 5 nights, and then we walked out from there.
Okay.
So it was, and if it was raining sideways, we didn't have to go. We're like, peace out. We're going to a museum.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was awesome. It was so great, and
Very cool.
yeah, we met some really really nice people, and the history. Oh my gosh, you know how I am. I geeked out. I
Yeah.
met this man at Westminster Abbey. He must have been at least 100 years old, and I asked him where someone's tomb was, and he said, "Oh, you know that person? You must be a geek. Let's geek out." He goes, "Come with me." And so he took Bill and me behind. He undid this lock and this chain to this like
Wow.
back this chapel, and he goes, and he told us all about these people who were buried there. I'm like, oh my gosh. And he goes, oh, I don't get to geek out this much. I'm like, I'm a geek at Westminster Abbey. So that was the history was awesome. It
That's
was
so
awesome.
cool.
Oh, one more thing about history. We went to St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle.
Yep.
Um, that's where Harry and Meghan got married. Anyway, so we went to Evensong, which is like a evening church song service, and that's where the Order of the Garter, that from the 1300s, this is where these people sat for their services and stuff, and they have name plaques for all of them. And so I turned around just to look at mine where I was sitting, because we were sitting in the choir. Sir Edmund Hillary, the guy who climbed up Mount Everest. I'm like,
Wow.
sweet. Yeah, and they go back to the 1300s. I'm like, I didn't have time to, that's supposed to take pictures. So
Yeah. Is that
anyway,
crazy?
it was
Uh,
awesome.
yeah, we just don't understand the depth of time and history in the United
No,
States.
no,
Yeah.
not at all.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So, and
Wow.
then the third thing, so family or grandkids, travel. And the third thing is that I get to sub. So I'm going there 3 days this week, and it's awesome. I go in,
Yeah.
I don't have any plans, I don't have to do any grading. I just say hi to the kids and we chill, and and I learn stuff every day. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, today I learned some more stuff about forest fires. Like I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I know how you love trivia and odd little, quirky things, numbers.
Yep.
And that's every day that I sub. So, and then the days that I'm not working, then I'll go work out at the senior center or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So cool.
it's pretty awesome.
All right, Becky and DeWitt, you guys now have a little roadmap for your thinking about retirement.
I thought you were calling me Becky. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
R has finally lost his mind.
Yeah. One thing I would suggest to them, it depends on how, where you are mentally and financially and all that stuff. But I decided in the spring, and our principal at the time said, give me some time here. And it was the day that Kate Middleton found out she had cancer. And I'm like, you know what? If Kate Middleton can get cancer, I mean, how long am I going to live? I don't know. So I said, I'm going to give it one more year. And that was really fun because it was like the last open house and the last, parent teacher conferences and the last, first day and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Kind of the
That was-
grand tour.
yeah, it was really cool. So,
Yeah.
but that doesn't work for everybody. And,
No.
somebody said, well, wow, if you're going to leave, why don't you just leave? So nobody said that to me though.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm going to go fight them.
Take them.
Yes. That's probably Goldsberry, if anybody. Just to get under your
No,
skin.
Goldsberry he likes to have me around because, he likes to make fun of me.
Yes. All right. Well, Peggy Filer, are you ready for some curious questions?
Yes, but I have to say one more thing.
Oh, say it.
Hey, people. Mike Ruland is such a bad person. When we were
Yay.
both teachers, he designed the who is the most popular teacher thing with voting, and he had his class vote, and then he cut it off so no one else got it. So Mike Ruland was teacher number one. Do you remember that? I'm like, wait, what?
That does not sound like something I would do.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, that was pretty
I
funny.
think we said I was the best teacher, but you rocked or something.
No, you were number one. It's fine. I'm so over it. Can you tell?
I could tell. In
All
my
right,
defense, I think the computer broke.
Oh,
Yeah. on
because
its
we
own.
weren't very techie in those days.
Nope.
So I'm still not. But go ahead. What's
Oh
the
gosh.
rapid fire questions? Is that the?
They're curious questions. So
Oh gosh. Okay, I'm nervous.
one word answers, one phrase answer.
Okay.
Kind of whatever you want, actually, believe it or not.
So there's no wrong answers?
No wrong answers.
Ew. Okay.
Unless I tell you it's wrong.
Okay.
Then all right. All right, ready? Favorite holiday?
Oh my gosh. I guess Christmas.
Christmas. Wow. I didn't mean to ring that one out of you.
No, I was like, I like all holidays. I don't like Halloween.
Okay. You
Okay.
can have that. All right.
Okay.
Place that you absolutely need to visit in the next 10 years.
I need to go back to Westminster Abbey and geek out with that guy some more.
All right.
That's
good.
I absolutely have to do it.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. So, okay. It's a new one. I just put it in. Past or present, a time period you would like to visit for one day.
College.
Back to college.
Oh, this could be any
Yep.
time period, not just
Yep.
my life.
Correct.
Oh my gosh, this is that's too hard. I love history so much.
Yep.
I can't even think. Let's see. I don't know. I just can't even think of it. It would be so awesome to.
I jacked up the Matrix with that one.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, keep going, and then
You'll think
but for
about
my
it.
personal life, college.
All right. That works.
Okay.
Favorite book that you have ever read?
Oh, Oh, it's a tie. Pride and Prejudice and The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, wow.
Love, love, love.
Awesome.
New movie coming out this year.
For
Count.
the count.
Yeah,
That's like a really thick book, though.
it
Like
is.
a lot of words.
Yeah. And most of them are important.
Yes. So you can't skim read.
Don't tell the English teachers, but I'm like, Frankenstein. I'm like, really? Is this going on and on? I just read it because I was subbing in Fassler's class. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I should know this. I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Yep. No, I know. Because of high school Cedar Crest teachers, I ended up reading all those books that I avoided reading when I was in high school. I had to read them
Exactly.
as a EA teacher.
Yep.
All right, last one. Who is your favorite band?
Oh my gosh. Like of all times?
Yep.
Ooh, I love Chicago. I love them when I was
Nice.
growing up. Such a wide variety of music. I
Yeah.
love them.
The horn section and the whole works.
Oh yeah. Earth, Wind and Fire. Love, 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 love.
Similar. Yeah.
Yeah. On my Spotify Wrapped, it said
Yeah.
that my preference was yacht rock. And I was like, what is yacht rock?
You know what? I think if someone told me to define it, I would not have a clue, but I would probably say Chicago and Earth, Wind and Fire.
Yeah. Somebody said like Doobie Brothers, America. I was like, okay, I'll take that. I do like some of Taylor Swift stuff. Not all, but I like some of her stuff.
Okay. Well, I saw the Eras bracelet on your wrist.
Oh, can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very observant.
Two girls that had mental health problems in the last 2 years. They were like really, really, I'm going to cry right now. Oof. They made these for me when they were, the only thing I did was listen and take them running to the counseling office. And they are good now. And they both made me bracelets. And so whenever I go to Cedar Crest, I put these on just to remind me how strong these kids are.
Yeah. You know what? I don't know if the red one is a very similar story from middle school. A young lady who's up at Cedar Crest right now. So.
You'll have to tell me later, but.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Very cool. All right. Your turn, ma'am. The show is now yours. So, did I miss something? Is there anything you would like to add? Or do you have a question for me?
I don't know. I didn't think about this part. I'm still thinking about the history era that I would like to live in. Like,
Well, that's your turn.
Yeah. What about you?
I would like to know. Where would you like?
Where would you like to?
Oh, gosh.
I know that's hard, isn't it?
It is hard. And I won't lie to you. When I wrote this question, I always write the questions and of course I think about them, but I think the problem is it changes all the time. And at first I really thought I wanted to go 100 years in the future. And, and see, what, if there's any history left of me and my kids and family, right?
Oh, that's cool.
But with that being said, I really have this I don't know. I have this Egyptian issue. And I cannot go on the TV remote, and if I see anything that has to do with pyramids, I stop. And I would give anything to spend a day on day one of building the Great Pyramid, Khufu's pyramid. I just think that would be, I don't know.
That would be amazing.
It would be amazing, right?
What about like when they break through and say, what do they say? I see marvelous things or whatever when they're breaking into
the King Tut.
Yeah.
I think because of how my mind works, I'm really more interested in the building blocks of the thing versus the treasure of it.
Yeah, got it.
Right. I don't know why. I'm always curious.
You're such a math guy. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I'm always curious on how they came up with building those things
and how they did it with no tools or with very rudimentary tools.
Exactly. So yeah, so that there.
That's cool.
How's that? Yeah, so all right. This time always goes so fast for me,
It
but
does.
I know. But
Oh my gosh, it's been
it's
30 minutes. Oh my gosh.
yeah, I know. Crazy. That's a good thing. That means
Mm-hmm.
it works, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Peggy Filer, thank you so much for talking with me today. You know that you are always in the heart for me. My kids love you, and you mean a lot to me. So,
Oh,
but one last thing before I let you go,
okay.
I need you to give one piece of advice to a new teacher.
Oh my gosh. That's so good. Okay, I got it. I don't have to think about this one.
All right.
Don't work so hard that you hate it. Okay? Keep your own interests. Your kids will love it when you say, "Oh, I went snowboarding this weekend." They love that. "Oh, I tried a new recipe this weekend and it failed." Anything like that. Keep your hobbies, keep your interests, keep it as simple as you can at school, but keep a life. If you don't have, you're not going to be able to do this for 30 years if that's all you do is
Isn't that the truth?
grade and plan and grade and plan and grade and plan and teach. Okay, you're not going to do it. You need to have a life, and teaching is part of your life, but you need to have a whole other, like social life and just interests and stuff. And seriously, kids, well, you know this, they ask you about your interests all the time. Okay.
They
They
do.
ask you about your North Dakota, whatever those people are that play football. Yeah.
Bison.
Bison, that's it, the bison. And yeah, they want to know about your life. And then you ask them about their life, and then you have something in common and you have that
Yep.
connection. And then they know that you want them to succeed. So
Yep.
that's what I would tell a new teacher.
That's awesome.
Mm.
Awesome advice. I appreciate that. So,
Mhm.
oh, well, you have a great winter. I hope one day
Mhm.
soon I can get healthy enough to start subbing as well.
I
I
would
don't
love
know
that.
if that will ever happen, but hopefully
Okay.
our paths will cross in the
Yeah.
hallways again.
Well, I
And
told all the freshmen today that we were doing this. They're like, Rulin has a podcast, and they all yeah, they're all going to sign up for it. So I said, you follow it, you go follow it. So
good. I miss those kids. I really
I
do.
know,
So,
I know, it's
all
true.
right.
All right,
I
thank you.
appreciate you so much. Thank you.
I appreciate
And
you.
we will see you on the flip side.
All right, thank you. Bye. Be safe and healthy.
Again, thanks to Peggy for helping out. It's amazing to me to hear people's routes they take to do anything really, right? And to see how she did hers to be a teacher was awesome. So thanks again, Peggy, for doing that. So hey, as always, appreciate you guys sticking with me. If you want to ask me a question, send me ideas beyond the podcast, hey, email me. I have questions 2025 at gmail.com. As always, hit like, subscribe, listen up, send me to people you know who might like it, and that would be cool. And we'll see you next week, huh? Have a good one. Oh, hey, P.S. So I was talking to Peggy, and I realized that I love reading up about education and how things start and end and all that. And one of the things this week that I read about was graduation ceremonies. Right before the Christmas holidays, many colleges had their uh, first semester graduations for students, and it's something that Emily did back in, holy moly, when was it, 2013 maybe. She graduated early, so her graduation was in December. And so I was kind of looking it up, and the first recorded graduations go way back, but um they can trace them back to the 1100s in Europe for sure. But I was really curious the first graduation ceremony in the United States was actually at Harvard University. Its graduation ceremony was in 1642, and it was, they made it more of a religious service and a bunch of Latin speeches. But that's the first graduation ceremony we had in the United States. High schools started actually having diplomas and ceremonies in the mid 1800s. So graduations are, kind of a nice rite of passage, aren't they? And since I think we talk about education a lot on this, I thought it'd be kind of cool for me, to check it out. So we can thank the Europeans for actual graduation ceremonies. They actually made you work on your ceremony back then, though. You had to, it wasn't really a ceremony. It was more of giving a speech and actually leading a service. And then it morphed into more of a party scene. So thank you, Harvard, for making me not give a speech on my graduation, huh? All right. The rest of you, peace, love, harm. This has been a production of SMEB LC Enterprises. Please give us a thumbs up, share us with others, and come back next week for another leg of our journey. Thank you for spending some of your valuable time and energy with us today. This is also a great time to reach out to someone in your life and just ask them, how are you doing? Don't wait until next week. And remember, it is always powerful to say, I have questions.